So here we've been talking about, you could say, the scientific idea of the soul, which is an entity. I've drawn it as a circle just for the sake of expedience, because I want you to understand that it doesn't have physical bodies that you're used to looking at. Right? Isabella.
So you said once when we have relationships, like with a partner, that it helps us facing our problems or intergender problems?
Well, I don't know, because what I observe a lot is that it doesn't help you at all. Like, you see, oftentimes what happens when you have a relationship with somebody else, what often happens is that you just want them to meet all your addictions. And so how is that helping you? If anything, that could be hindering you, right? So you've got to start to go, well, what's my reason for having a relationship? Is it to learn about love where I love them? Or is it to get love from somebody, so-called love from somebody, where they love me, right? If the second ideal is our ideal, then we're already out of harmony with love anyway, and we're already in evil anyway. And so that's not going to help me learn about myself or my other half of myself. All it's going to do is help me learn how painful my sin is. That's all it's going to do. To actually learn love in a relationship would require two people, both halves, desiring to be more loving to the other half in the relationship. Now, I'm not talking about soulmates here. Let's say you're in a relationship right now. By desiring to be more loving to the other half, and they would also have to have a mirrored desire, by the way, to be more loving to you for the relationship to even work. Then both of you are able to learn something about love while you're growing. But the reality is you're completely capable of learning something about romantic love without having a relationship. Because God can show you about it. God can teach you everything you need to know about romantic love, or in other words, soulmate attraction, without you having any relationship at all. Other than the relationship with God, of course. Yeah. So, often we don't think that, and we often think, no, I need to have some kind of, like I'm missing sex, or I'm missing something else, or I'm missing some intimacy, I'm missing some touch, I'm missing touch, and you have all these kind of feelings when you're single, don't you? I'm missing somebody just even listening to me, or even validating me in some way. I'm missing that as well. The average person has a lot of addictions associated with all the things I just mentioned. And so when we meet a person that we want to believe is our soulmate, we're straight away in the relationship with them, and usually straight away in the bed with them if we haven't got any moral sense as well. And as a result, we end up with the pain and suffering that brings. That's not God's intention for that to happen. God's intention was that if both of you learnt about love, both of you developed friendship, both of you developed what it means to be loving to the other person, not meeting their addictions, and them not meeting yours, and you learn about that, then you'd learn a lot about love. But it'd also be highly likely you would never enter a sexual relationship with the person, because the friendship would be enough to learn about love without you needing to have the sexual relationship with the person. The fact that we often want a sexual relationship with the person is usually driven by addictions that are disharmonious with love. So the reality is the best form of learning is to have friendships with the gender you believe your soulmate is, and develop those friendships in a manner where you actually care for the person and actually consider them, and you actually think about them, and you actually wonder what they're, you want to get to know them and things like that, without having to have a sexual relationship with them. But of course, on earth, most people have this urgency in sexual relationships, don't they? And of course, that brings in all sorts of disharmony, which then creates a lot of pain and suffering down the track, including things like sexual jealousy and other things like that. So the real way to do this is, you know, from a doing perspective of getting to know what this romantic attraction is all about, is to actually work through your own issues with friends. And when I say with friends, I don't mean expecting them to work through your issues for you. I mean having friends and then seeing what is triggered through those friendships. And if one of the things that is triggered is you find yourself sexually attracted to a number of them, then obviously you know that you're out of harmony with romantic love. So you can learn from that experience. Yeah. Make sense? Mm-hmm. Now, all of what I'm saying is highly, highly confronting, isn't it? When you've been in a single relationship for the last 5 years or whatever, and you're going, when am I ever going to have sex again? Yeah. Which is indicative of the emotional injury, the sin, yeah? Having that feeling.